The Gauntlet. Let's go.
If you smell what the gauntlet is cooking.
Up, Ted. It's your boy, Captain Denzel Snipes of the Sideline Sports Recon Force, and welcome to another episode of The Gauntlet. We got a jam-packed show. We're going to be talking a little bit about Derwin Jame's new contract. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the new Deshaun Watson suspension and what's going on with that. And, of course, we're going to lead off with the Sports Moron of the Week. So, without further ado, let's bring in, my co-host all the way from Washington, D.C. Give it up for JJ, Ravens aficionado. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing, Captain?
Where's the cheesy bread? You all done?
I crushed that, man. I'm ready to go. I had to get some food in my system if I really was going to be able to come because I'd have been real, mellow.
Yeah, same here. I feel you, dude. I crushed the, not the whole thing because you know how thick Papa John's pizzas can be. I had to eat something before we got started and everything. I still feel full. I ate an hour ago. But anyway, let's bring on our guest. He is our resident DJ, all the way live from the other sea town, that Charlotte, North Cackalack, by way of Connecticut and some parts of New York City. Give it up for DJ Willie V. Will Vogel. What's going on, man?
What's up, y'all? Captain?
How you
Captain,
been?
my captain.
I've been how they do it. Do they go like this and then go?
It's sexy more like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is British.
This is British.
Yeah, that's the British.
Yeah, we're not British here. Yep, definitely not.
Forgive me, I'm trying.
I love my new
Oh, no,
nickname,
you're good.
DJ Willie V. I'll take it. Shoot.
Hey, man, you've been riding with it for like the last month or two.
It's because you gave it to me. It's because you gave it.
Who did I? I
Yes.
give a lot of nicknames. That was me?
That was you, yeah.
Okay. I guess I can take credit for that. Well,
I need a shirt with it now.
Actually, that would be great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find somewhere in the mall that could put that, and maybe your face on it, a couple logos of the shows that we do, which is of course brought to you in part by Sideline Sports. But before we get started, it's everybody's favorite segment, and that is our weekly Sports Morons of the Week. This is where we call out any and everybody who made a take or takes so egregious that it is worth calling out. Shout out to my boy Tyler Ingram out there, 4HM. I know you got something to say about these fools coming on here saying anything.
Are you guys kidding me? Are you guys kidding me?
Oh, snap. Yes, let's start off with the mother. I try to respect all reporters in this league. I try to respect everybody across the networks. And I especially try to respect the men that are of the same color and the same stature as I am. Maybe more successful. But Stephen A. Smith, there's a reason why I feel like you should just stay talking about basketball. Because when it comes to talking about football, don't really know what you're talking about here. And just leave the Lamar situation alone. He made a comment this week saying that, Lamar should not step on the field until he gets an extension. Sir, they usually do that when players don't want to go back, don't think they're going to get paid. They don't think that the team is investing into them. So they're threatening them to pay them so that way they can secure it. That's not the case with Lamar. I'm just going to keep it brief. Stick with your basketball because every time you talk football and every time you talk Lamar, it's just always wrong.
Oh, man. Michael Irvin. What can I say? Great football player, not a great analyst on any accounts. In my opinion, he's not that great. He had the guts to say that the Cowboys can match or be equal to chase the 72 Dolphins. Michael Irvin. How long has it been since the Cowboys won a ring? They won a ring in the 90s. Yeah, it's been 20 plus years. And that 72 Dolphins team was iconic. Yes, this Cowboys team is good, but are they 72 Dolphins good? Not even close. They can't even sniff it, smell it, touch it. It's blasphemous. So no, they can't even be in the same breath as the 72 Dolphins. So, Michael Irvin, stop talking high about your Cowboys because the furthest they're going to go is the postseason and be out one and done.
Absolutely, Willie. And to add to that, we all know that Michael Irvin can be, and again, phenomenal player, Hall of Famer. Even, during his day, I'm sure JJ can attest because he was a Miami Hurricane. But Michael Irvin is literally one of the biggest homers in sports. I don't know if it, you know what? I'm not even going to match him with Skip Bayless because, at least Skip will admit when there's, wrong with his team. But Michael Irvin, it's like the Cowboys can do no wrong. Mind you, now he did say if they clean up the penalties, they could be the 72 Dolphins. Dude, even if they cleaned up the penalties, just like Willie said, they're good enough to win a division. They're good enough to, maybe get a playoff win. They ain't getting past the divisional if they make it that far. As of right now, I got about 4 teams, maybe 5 in the NFC that are better than the Cowboys. And overall league-wide, I probably got 9, 10, or 11 that are better than the Cowboys. So, I'm not even going to say it's wishful thinking. I'm going to say it's unrealistic thinking. There's a reason why there's only been 2 teams in history to go undefeated during the regular season. 2 in the storied history of the NFL. So I understand belief in your team, but it's like, come on now, you got to be realistic. Yo, we might drop like 4 games. I got them winning the division. Okay, cool. But to say that they could be the 72 Dolphins, yeah, that's stretching it. Now, if by some miraculous bolt of lightning that does happen, I will formally come on this show and eat my words. But until then, Mike, you tripping. Now let's get the gang back in here.
So I'll make one more point. Michael, are you stuck in the 90s? Are you still playing for the Cowboys? Because I think that's where your head is right now.
I think that's pretty much every Cowboys fan, to be fair. But, that's neither here nor there. But it is now time to introduce our next topic, and that is our player of the week, running back Gail Sayers. Now, this one came down. It was tight because if some of you who follow me on Twitter, I did run a poll for voting about it. And for the first time ever in Gauntlet Player of the Week voting, we actually had to have an extra vote. It went into overtime because initially Ronnie Lott and Gail Sayers were deadlocked at 39% apiece. So I had to run another one for a day, and Gail Sayers won, and it was 1-on-1, of course. Gail Sayers won by votes of 60-40 out of a total of 10 votes. So he's our player of the week. Now, who is Mr. Gail Sayers? Mr. Gail Sayers, he went to the University of Kansas, and he was round 1, pick 4 in 1965 in the NFL draft. He was round 1, pick 5 of the AFL draft that same year. He played with the Chicago Bears from 1965 to 1971. So these are his accolades. He was NFL Comeback Player of the Year of 1969, Rookie of the Year in 1965, 5-time first team All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowl, 2-time NFL rushing yards leader. He has 2 rushing titles. He also has a scoring title under his belt. He was the scoring leader of 1965. He won the George Halas Award in 1970. NFL 1960s All-Decade Team, 50th Anniversary All-Time Team, 75th and 100th Anniversary All-Time Team. Chicago Bears number 40 retired. Named one of the 100 greatest Bears of all time. In college, he was a 2-time consensus All-American, 3-time All-Big 8. Kansas Jayhawks number 48 retired. He's got the most touchdowns in a season by a rookie, 22, which still holds, and most rushing touchdowns in a single game, 6, tied with Ernie Nevers and Alvin Kamara. And I happen to have a Gail Sayers throwback jersey myself. Outstanding player. Paved the way for so many that love, respect, and play this game. I'm going to pass it on to you, Willie. Your thoughts on running back Gail Sayers?
Wow, yeah. I would consider Gail Sayers probably my second favorite Bear of all time when it comes to offense. Bear overall, I would say maybe 4 or 5, but it would go probably Walter Payton and then of course Gail Sayers, and Gail Sayers was before Walter Payton. Gail Sayers was a phenomenal player, college and NFL. He is the youngest player ever to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. I think he was 34 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and that still holds. Hear this: one of 4 players in the Super Bowl era to be in the Hall of Fame without playing a postseason game,
Interesting.
which is crazy. And then 2 more things: before he went to Kansas, and he's from Kansas, he was going to go to Iowa. But he decided he wasn't, because when he went to visit Iowa, the coach for the football team did not have time to meet up with Gail Sayers.
Oh, wow.
So who knows what could have been if he went to Iowa. And the last one, on the 75th anniversary team, as you stated, he was listed as a halfback and a kickoff returner, the only player on that 75th anniversary team to be named to multiple positions.
Sweet. Man, absolutely awesome. Most definitely, and I know there's a lot of debates and, the previous eras being a tougher era, to put up those kind of stats and have those kind of accolades in that era. I mean, it's just simply amazing. It's not saying anything bad. Oh, go ahead.
And it's sad because everyone talks about the Jim Browns, the Walter Paytons, the Barry Sanders, the Emmitt Smiths, um, the
Eric
running backs
Dickerson,
of the
yeah,
past, but Eric Dickerson. But no one seems to really talk about Gail Sayers.
right.
No one. Everyone just goes, oh, whenever I think of the Bears on the offense, I think of, Jim
Martin.
McMahon, Walter Payton, William the Fridge Perry, Mike Ditka. Gail Sayers was there too. Gail Sayers was a beast.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. JJ, your thoughts on Gail Sayers?
I mean, you guys pretty much said it all. His career was cut short. Really would have been a dynamic type running back. He's kind of like what Marshall Faulk turned out to be in the late 90s, early 2000s. He played at a time that they didn't have us out there. They didn't like us, but he forced them to respect him and like him. And he's an around player, kick returner, punt returner. I happen to always time to kind of try to draft him when we do our all-time drafts. But you guys pretty much said it all.
Sweet. Now I will ask a question here for the panel. Do you feel just like what Willie talked about? Because he was like, they mentioned the Fridge, they mentioned Walter, Sid Luckman's, all the great Bears and everything, and they don't talk about Sayers. Is it because he did not play that long? Willie, what do you think?
I honestly think it is, unfortunately, because I feel like he deserves the same respect because Barry Sanders retired at 30. He didn't play long at all because his O-line was bad. And we still bring up Barry Sanders. So yes, it's because he retired at 30. He retired young. He didn't play long enough, and he definitely deserves the credit. The credit because, like we said, he was a running back and he was a kick returner. And I've watched. I highly recommend this for any football lover. It came out in 2012, but you can find clips on YouTube. The top 100 players in NFL history, and he's on that list. I don't remember what number, maybe 50 to 100. I don't remember. But if you see film on Gail Sayers, your jaw just drops.
Right, right. Yeah,
So yes, it's
okay.
because he retired too young.
Okay. And what do you think, JJ?
It's the era he played in. He is retired too young in the era he played in. You don't have much
Right.
on him from back in the day, given the fact that he was in a time where TV was there, but it wasn't no recording devices. And a lot of those type of videos haven't been able to be remastered into today's technology. But I mean, you're seeing it now. People don't even bring up Walter Payton. I mean, today's athlete is going to start ranking people that they see today. Today's fan ranks these players above those. And that's just what happened to Gail. He got lost in the shuffle. And at the end of the day, it's kind of how it is if you track how the game progressed over the years because you've had him back with Jim Brown, Ernie Nevers, you had mentioned. You got people like Pocket Rocket, Lenny Moore, Marion Motley, but these players get overshadowed by the next ones. And, it's not necessarily unfortunate. It's more so just understanding the evolution of the game. For today's athlete, what we're talking about revering on the Patrick Mahomeses and the Josh Allens and all the Calvin Johnsons, 50 years from now, which is pretty much the same time frame for Gail Sayers playing. Imagine what players we're going to be talking about then. Or imagine what younger fans or generation tomorrow are going to be talking about.
Right. And that's a pretty good point because, back and we'll say the 1980s because he retired in 1971. We'll say in the 1980s, put down your list of the best backs. Gail Sayers was in everyone's top 5 probably. You know what I mean? But nowadays it's like, well, who's in the top 5? Is he even in the top 10? So, right. I think as the game evolves, I think that does play a part. I think it's both the game evolving and just generations. It's just generational, because like you said, today's generation is witnessing Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, all the other cats. You know what I mean? The previous generation witnessed Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and everything. Like, guys around my age range, we witnessed Moon, Montana, Marino. You know what I mean? So it's totally understandable how it could be generational because people are going to talk about how now not everyone's going to do immediate history or anything like that. And doing what we do, we always look up stats and everything, like Willie and yourself. We look up stats and everything, and we take everything into account. Like, during this time period, and even in now, this guy is a great. But for the very most part, people are going to talk about and revere who they see right now. So that's totally understandable. But we can move on to our next topic. And I know we've talked about him a pretty good amount on here. So as of late, yeah. Hey, it's only because we had to cover it because this is new. But quarterback Deshaun Watson's suspension has been extended to 11 games officially. They did agree on 11-game suspension. He also was fined $5 million, which is the largest fine for a player in NFL history. And as of right now, he is slated to return Week 13, ironically, at Houston. Yeah. I was like, come on, NFL, for real.
Jay,
like, you couldn't make it any more obvious. Like,
that is WWE, WWF fake as crap scripting.
Yeah,
come on.
Like, Jay, dude, are you going to the game?
You know what? I just might. Shoot, if we end up putting out a win, I'm gonna be laughing. But anyway, that's what's going on with Deshaun Watson. So now, I will ask another question to you, Willie. But and of course, answer it and then go into whatever you was going to say. Do you think the Browns, for the time being, pursue Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, I think Deshaun got off originally was too light. I still think it is too light. Like, how ironic and how, like, of course, like, we knew the NFL was going to be like, oh, we'll suspend them 11 games. I'm like, wait, they're playing the Texans. Great, that makes sense. They're playing their former team.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys. You need to suspend them the whole year. I'm a Clemson fan, and I love Deshaun at Clemson, great player and stuff, but you got it. And honestly, I know what he did was wrong. I still have some decent respect for the dude, some little decent respect. Because I loved him in college. I loved college Deshaun, but you got to suspend him the whole year. As for the Jimmy G thing, well, you got Jacoby Brissett, who is, my words, and you guys may agree, is serviceable. Is he a forever starter for multiple years? No, but the problem is, if you bring in Jimmy G, and then you have Deshaun, who's on a 5-year deal, and he plays next year. What are you going to be like? Oh, Jimmy G, Deshaun's back. Leave.
Yeah.
You're for trade. That's kind of being a jerk to a quarterback who I think is still very underrated, who led to the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
Right
He
on.
beat the Packers to get to the NFC the next round of the NFC
Championship game,
playoffs.
yeah.
Where they lost the Rams, but still they fought. But I don't know. I feel like there's another team out there that needs Jimmy G, and that other team is Seattle. Because no way Geno Smith's ever going to be a starter in the NFL. No way Drew Lock's a starter in the NFL. No way, no how. So if I'm the Seahawks, I know the 49ers are like, oh, we're not going to trade him to a divisional opponent because that's so stupid. Take advantage of it if you are. Say, hey, I want this many first round, like 2 first rounders, maybe a second rounder, and a decent backup for another position. So no, if I'm the Browns, I'd be like, you know what? If and their top targets Amari Cooper and they have Chubb and Hunt, but if I'm them, I don't know. I just roll with the punches until Deshaun gets back. Because who knows how much you're gonna have to give up for Jimmy G? Maybe you have to give up 2 first rounders and a second rounder and like a 5th rounder who could be a steal somehow, and like a few decent players. Because Jimmy G is not bad. He's not great. He's not bad. He's a good, solid quarterback. Solid, keyword. So, no, I would just stay put. Sorry, JJ,
Right.
go ahead.
No. Will, I love you to death, bro. You are my guy. But I'm sorry to tell you, Jimmy G is okay at best. I think you shouldn't make a move for him because I don't think you're going to gain an advantage in a tough division by adding Jimmy G to your team. I do agree with Will's point and like stick with what you got. I mean, you have a good run game. You have Nick Chubb, who's a top 5 running back in the NFL. You have Amari Cooper, who was a big play threat. And as you saw over the years with Dallas, he did help their team, come out of some games where they looked like they were about to lose. At the end of the day, you got a team around you. And as far as Deshaun, the WWE script, I'm telling you, when I first seen it, I just was like,
We all thought that.
I was just sitting there like, okay, whatever you say, NFL. Oh wow!
It's almost like you just want to scream at the NFL, like, dude, can you make it any more obvious?
Oh, watch the TV. People be like, this is the game of the week.
It feels like it's a mockery of the entire situation. It's a mockery of the entire suspension because the end result is he gets to come back against his favorite team, which everybody's going to be trying to tune into. The real gag of it all would have been at that game. That game came on, it gets blacked out because nobody cares about that situation or nobody wants to watch.
You know what would be a mockery too, JJ, real quick? If they put it on primetime. Imagine they were like, Monday Night Football.
Maybe. Exactly. But I'm just sitting like, at the end of the day, just put this chapter behind us. He got the 11-game suspension. If you really wanted more, you guys would have did more, but it is what it is. And there's always going to be people that are going to believe Deshaun. There's always going to be people that will never believe Deshaun. Mm-hmm. So you just have to accept that's what it is and try to get out there and be as better human being. Because at the end of the day, as much as we assess him, as much as we assess, what we should feel about this thing, we're not living his life. You know what I mean? We're not living his life. We don't have to live with the idea that we have somebody that, because they see me down the street, they're automatically going to have a negative perception about me because of something that happened in my past when I'm trying to be a better human being. We don't have to live with that. He does. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. I wasn't tripping. Of course, I have my own personal opinions of whether the suspension should be more or less. But at the end of the day, I can't make that decision. So, like, I mean, why am I going to sit there and get upset about something that's beyond my control?
Right.
Sit there and deal with it and just pray that he learned his lesson.
Right. And and also to your point, I mean, he may never live it down. In fact, odds are he may never live it down. He could lead the Browns to being a first ever 3-peat Super Bowl champion, and someone's always gonna be like what he did back in 2019, 21, however long he been doing it.
Look at look at he was convicted of it, but you can trace through the history. Look at Darren Sharper. You look at Lawrence Taylor. He still gets the charges brought up about him and things like that. It's social media, and once it gets on the internet, they say it can never die. How many times has this story been posted, reposted, shared, reshared on the internet? It's going to rain for the rest of his life. And at the end of the day, like I said, he has to live with that. He has to come to terms with accepting the fact that until he passes away, which the Lord willing be a very, very long time, you have to deal with it. You hope it changes, but it is not. It's not. It's not. But that's why they say, think before you act.
Right. Absolutely. Well, we are almost at the midway point of our show. It's about time for a quick commercial break. We'll see y'all in 30 seconds. We're going to pay a quick bill real fast.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Officially licensed everything. We are right back. This is the Gauntlet.
I got a problem with the ad.
What's going on?
I saw the Yankees, Clemson, and Hornets, and my face wasn't on any of those.
Well, looks like you might have to give him a call there, DJ, and tell him, say, hey, man, I've been on enough of these shows. I should get a shout-out. I should get a free signed jersey. You can't send me a Tyrone Berkeley Bogues signed jersey or nothing.
I actually do have a Travis Etienne signed jersey I bought for cheap, like $70 a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you really should come on Basket Bros with a Muggsy Bogues jersey. That would be classic.
I have a Del Curry.
That might work. That just might work.
Hopefully the gauntlet lands on Steph Curry's birthday, so then you can wear that jersey.
I need a Steph Curry jersey. I actually do.
You're not really a jersey dude, are you? You know, no Lamar Jacksons or Ray Lewis's?
No, I'm not a jersey dude like that. I should get some more. I haven't had any in a long time.
Well, I mean, now would be as good a time as any. I figured you'd have a Lamar Jackson by now at least.
No, not Lamar yet. Got a couple different tickets and shirts, though.
Okay, if Lamar wins the Super Bowl, you gonna get his jersey?
I'll get his jersey.
Maybe even a little before, maybe when he gets paid, huh?
I'll get it. I'll support them because I support him on the field. I support him off the field.
Oh yeah, of course, you know. But let's head on to our next topic, and that is Los Angeles Chargers free safety Derwin Jame just inked a new deal. Yes, everyone, he got the bag. 4 years, $76.4 million, $42 million guaranteed. This makes him the highest paid safety in ever. You know, a lot of people got him in their top 5. You know, so if you notice the questions asked, is it worth the signing? I believe that it is. I believe that they did a pretty good job mortgaging the future with Derwin James, provided he stays healthy. He can become, you know, a long-term top 5 or top 10 defender. As of right now, he's in my top 5. You know, absolutely. If they're gonna be the other LA team that wins the Super Bowl, and I know they're hinging a whole lot on Mr. Justin Herbert, who is my under the table MVP candidate.
Same.
But you also got to have that defense too, you know. And being, you know, the captain of that defense means a lot. I think that they did right by signing him and everything. Will, what do you think, man? Your thoughts on Derwin James' new deal?
Top 5 safety, top 3 safety in my eyes. That guy's the captain of your defense. And you know what? Their defense got a whole ton better. Sure. I think didn't they get J.C. Jackson from the Patriots? Also,
They did.
So that defense got better in the offseason. You got J.C. Jackson from the Patriots, who had a great year. You got Khalil Mack from the Bears, who is an absolute edge rushing beast. You got Joe. Don't forget, on his other side, you got Joey Bosa. Yep. Joey Bosa. Big boy Bosa, as I call him. And then you got Derwin. You got So, yes, that defense got a whole ton better. And yes, 100% Derwin deserved this contract because, like I said, he is a top 3 safety in the NFL. And guy's just a hard-nosed football player. And that defense, I tell people, that defense is going to be a must-watch defense. Sure, their offense is also must-watch because you got Herbert, Allen, Mike Williams, you got Austin Eckler. That team is going to be a fun team to watch on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. JJ, your thoughts on Derwin James and his new deal?
Seems like it's a lot riding on the Chargers over here. Hey, the way y'all be hyping them up and showing out. Underrated MVP, the possibility of a top 5 safety. But at the end of the day, he is a top 5 safety when healthy. It's a high risk, high reward. It could work out. It could not work out. All I do know is they're definitely letting everybody know that after watching the Joe Burrows and the Josh Allen and dealing with Patrick Mahomes and knowing Russell Wilson is in the same division, Devontae Adams pairing up with Derek Carr, they're getting prepared. They are getting prepared for what they're going to have to deal with for the next potentially 5 to 10 years, which is
that division is going to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So we'll see. I forgot that they had Khalil Mack, but it seems like I can see that the Chargers, based off fan standpoint, is rising. But you basically better they showed you that you're the defensive anchor. Everything built around you.
They aren't the Kings of LA yet. I'll say that because that's the Rams currently.
Very fair to say, considering this past February.
So I will say, and I had a debate about this on my page in 2020. We'll see who is more impactful to his team defense between he and Minkah Fitzpatrick, because you can honestly look at Minkah's career since he's been in the league and say that he has a similar one to Derwin Jackson, even though most people seem to elevate Derwin over Minkah. I can't exactly.
I agree. They both have similar kind of.
They do.
Careers.
Their careers definitely do mirror, And you know something? That's another reason why I cut for this signing, because Minkah got his bag in Pittsburgh.
He did. I think leaving Miami was the best thing for Minkah because that Steelers defense is scary too.
That seems to be the best thing for everyone as of the last 3 years, but that's another story.
Seriously, Dolphins, can't stand them. Can't stand Tua. That's another story.
Really?
Careful, John Shearer may be watching.
Didn't Tua? No, he went against Georgia. I was about to say, didn't he come back against Clemson or something, or was that another year?
No, but he was lucky as heck he beat Georgia. But that's another story. I could go a whole hour talking about how Tua's overrated.
With Tua, you got to think, and I said this since he came into the league. I said that he had to improve his arm because this isn't the SEC. He's not going to have, Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith open 40 yards downfield anymore. I said the same thing about Baker Mayfield. He's not going to have CeeDee Lamb open 40, 50 yards downfield no more. This ain't the Big 12. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm still not sold on Tua.
I don't think anyone is. Yeah, I don't think anyone is. It's been talked. It's been talked on the Sports Arena. Shout out to Eric Wilson and Ray J. Lynn, John Shearer, Mike C. I can't say his last name, and Megan Price.
Mike Tunto?
Huh?
Mike, is it Karen Tunto?
Or something.
I think it's Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him Karen.
Honestly, I like watching them. I like them a lot. I got a lot of respect for them. Michael, Eric, John, and everybody be getting on John, but John, I rock with him. He's hilarious.
No, John's a good guy, but I just can't stand the Dolphins or the Orioles.
Sorry,
John.
The littlest big man.
We love you, John.
Sideline Sports.
John will be like this. We don't spend an hour talking about this, man. Get them out of here. They trash. Get them out of there. Let's talk about some real teams, okay? That's
The
not.
Miami Dolphins.
The only reason
No.
why he didn't do that on Sports Moron is because he can't kick his own cast off, and they all was calling him except Ray J. Ray J gave the Dolphins 11-6. I was surprised at that.
No, they are not.
Yes, he
Oh
gave
my
the Dolphins
God.
11-6. I was surprised at that.
Hold on. You brought this up. I'm glad. I hope Ray Lynn is watching this. Sir, I heard you when you sat there and said that could Joe Flacco possibly
Wait,
be.
hold on. Hold that thought. I got to solo you.
So, Larry Lynn, you my guy. And oftentimes I agree with a lot of takes that you had. But I don't know if you saw my comment on the Sports Arena that day when you said Joe Flacco, could he get a win against the Baltimore Ravens? I understand the dynamic, bro, but no, that's not going to happen.
No.
It does. I'll own it and everything, but no, I don't think it's going to happen. I was kind of shocked you picked my team. I sat there, I was like, why you got to pick my team? Of all the teams in the world that he could have picked on that list, he had to pick this team. Okay. I got you. Bet. Thanks for reminding me on that one.
You know what? Because I was in the same comment thread, and I was like, "Ooh, JJ about to go left field."
I was hoping they would show my comment because I dang sure was like, nah, Raylan, sorry.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, shouts out to our guys in Sideline Sports. Let's go keep moving. And this one actually came from our colleague Dom. Shout out to him. He's on the golf course doing 18 holes.
He getting his good zone.
He probably getting beat, but it's all good. We support him. So Detroit Lions on HBO's Hard Knocks. Is it good or bad exposure? In my honest opinion, I don't think it really makes much of a difference because the Lions are a bad team. Pretty much everything is bad exposure. Their play on the field's been bad exposure. Pretty much everything. I think Dom would halfway co-sign for that, you know. But it is good that they're getting showcased. But I don't know. I mean, what's the history of teams on Hard Knocks? They don't. Yeah, I thought the same, Willie. You know, but Will, what's your thoughts on the Lions on HBO? You think it really makes much of a difference? Is it good? Is it bad? Talk to me.
I'm gonna pull a version of Jalen Rose because I love Jalen Rose. You know how he says Detroit basketball, Detroit football. It's okay. It's okay. He does Detroit basketball. I'll do Detroit football. It's my thing now. Sorry, Jalen Rose. Love you, man. It's okay. I think it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's in the middle because Dan Campbell is a very fun, hard-nosed coach who's always energetic, always talkative. People loves to run through brick walls, loves to energize his team, loves to pump them up, expects the best from you and the team. And then besides that, you got Aiden Hutchinson, who's the hometown kid who went to the University of Michigan, got drafted by the Lions. So I personally, I don't watch Hard Knocks. I may tune in just to hear the sound bites of Dan Campbell because he is awesome and super energetic and is a huge personality and is fun. And then to see Aiden Hutchinson because I actually liked him at Michigan and I think he has a plenty of upside.
He looked pretty good in the first preseason game. Did you catch his clips?
I think, yeah, whatever Eddie's done.
Yeah, he looked all right out there.
But yeah, Detroit's a team that's still going to be a mediocre middle of the pack team. But yeah, I think that those are the two reasons why the Hard Knocks with the Lions could be fun to watch. But I don't know. I'll probably look up clips. I won't be like super into it. Probably Dom will, but I probably won't be super into it.
JJ, what are your thoughts?
Well, we all know which team debuted on Hard Knocks. Okay,
It was Baltimore Ravens. Yep.
That's the only season I have watched of Hard Knocks. Okay, I don't care about the other teams and everything like that. No disrespect to them. It's just I'm more focused when it comes to football season on my team. I will say I did follow the draft process of, the GM and Dan Campbell, I forgot the brother's name, getting along together and stuff. And Dan Campbell is a good coach. He's an energetic guy.
Yes.
He and Mike Vrabel are a lot alike, which lets me know these football players are crazy as heck. I can
Yes.
say this. They are crazy. And it's good exposure for them. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think them playing for Dan is going to help them grow up and possibly become a team that could win 7 games, but be in like 10. So it's like they can lose a lot of games that are like 1 point, 1 score, 2 scores, but a low 2 scores like 9 and 10, things like that. I can see them being not teams that you just roll on over.
Right. I mean, I think I agree with you. I think they're going to be in a little bit more ball games than people think. Truth be told, they were in a lot of games last year, despite winning only 2 games. You know,
We had
but
problems with them. Shoot.
yes, yeah. It came down to a miracle. Justin Tucker 65-yard. You know.
Dom, who said, "I'm sick and tired of losing to Justin Tucker breaking field goals."
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
that was a game that Dan adjusted and the guys were playing. They started, working DeAndre Swift, and we had no answer for the counter because our edge setting linebackers were not there.
They weren't there, yeah. I mean, they beat the division rival Vikings. They upset the Cardinals, who ended up making the playoffs. I mean, they do have a lot to build on, even if just 2 wins. I mean, are they bad? Yes, but they say the best thing about being at the bottom is there's only one direction you can go. And I'm not saying that Dan Campbell is the next Wayne Fontes, but I think the fans would be happy if they could instead of making the playoffs once every 5-10 years, if they would just consistently, make the first round, that'll be enough. That's kind of like their Super Bowl right now. If they could just win a playoff game. Because when's the last time they won a playoff game? It's been what, 30-some years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, no. Didn't they win the wild card against the Saints to go to play Dallas?
No, the Saints beat them.
I'm wrong. I'm tripping.
The Saints beat them.
I'm tripping. I'm trippy. I'm so trippy.
The Saints beat them. But we'll move on to our next topic that I wanted to actually touch on we got about probably 8 minutes before non-sports topic. So, Aaron Rodgers had open criticism of his wide receivers during practice. Some time ago, in this past week, he called them out for having a lot of drops, a lot of bad route decisions, and running the wrong route. And then he had a meeting where he hashed everything out. And this was via Yard Barker. It says the day after Rodgers expressed his frustration with the group, they were instructed to report to the quarterback meeting room at 8:45 a.m. on Wednesday. When they arrived, they found all 3 quarterbacks plus the key members of the physical coaching staff who worked directly with the passing game in the room. Rodgers did not call the meeting, but he spoke extensively during it, according to several participants. So the meeting wasn't even called by Rodgers, just kind of called by, everyone else. But he spoke, a whole lot in it, as the article states. And then one rookie wideout said it was really just giving us advice, letting us know Green Bay's receiving corps has always been held to a super high standard. In which, I do see that because, when you're wearing the green and yellow, it's a super high standard, period. The G on the helmet, as people have a misconception of, actually doesn't stand for Green Bay, it stands for greatness. So when you come from a lineage, or when you play for a lineage, rather, that has Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Sterling Sharp, Donald Driver, all those other ones, Jordy Nelson, the expectations are going to be pretty high, and so I don't know. I just your thoughts, Willie. What did you think about the open criticism? You think he was throwing him under the bus, or was he trying to help the young brothers?
Well, he's trying to replace his number 1 receiver, Devontae Adams, but you can expect a quarterback to kind of bark at his receivers to get better. Like, I know he's dealing with, Sammy Watkins, Amari Rodgers, Lazard, Christian Watson. But I could definitely see where Rodgers is coming from, because Aaron Rodgers has won MVPs. He's won a Super Bowl. He wants to contend. He wants to. He's sick of being that guy who's after the Super Bowl, where he's like, after he won the Super Bowl, he would go to the NFC Championship and just team wouldn't perform. He wants to be like, I want to be back in the Super Bowl. So I do agree a little bit that he is being a little harsh. But if you're too soft on your receivers, then you're like letting him off easy and saying, oh, it's okay you dropped it. Drops can make or break games. They can make or break games. They can make or break if you make the playoffs or not. They can make or break a lot if you're going to be cut from the team or not. So you got to be harsh on your receivers. So I definitely could see where Rodgers was coming from.
Yeah. And one would look at it like that, that he's just trying to help his guys. But I don't know. JJ, what did you think about it?
The only reason why this is a story because it was made public. If he had said that in behind closed practice and nobody was there, this wouldn't even be a thing. You hear about things all the time in training camp. I heard about it about Rashad Bateman all through preseason. He's been having drop seats all the time. At the end of the day, I don't have an issue with Aaron saying that because at the end of the day, Will made a good point. Drops happen, but maybe if they're consistent drops and they're actually good passes and they're not like drops because of difficult, situations or circumstances. Aaron knows in order for them to win some games and get the big team to get to the big game to win, you got to be better. And yes, I do think there's added pressure knowing that Devontae Adams is not there and Montez Valdez-Scantling or whatever is So the guys he's really essentially with babies, young kids in this thing.
The only veteran guy on that team that I can think of in that receiving core is if Randall Cobb is still there, and then you got Sammy. Okay, so Randall Cobb and Sammy Watkins.
Who you can honestly, just from my own personal experience with him, when he's on the field, he's productive. It's just he's never really on the field, and that's Sammy Watkins. And it's like,
That's true.
We'll see. I don't have an issue with it. I think it's just an issue that is made public. It was out there out loud, like it's almost like he was trying to shame them. But at the end of the day, that's a good way to prepare you for what could be coming your way anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
It is because it's more than just impacting games. It's also your job as well. Oh, go ahead,
Rodgers. This is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about here. When has he ever been anything less than what may come off as obnoxious?
Yeah. No, we know he's the biggest drama queen in the league, But and Willie made the point about it impacting games and he's trying to get his guys better, But we talk about how great he is, but then we also talk about his shortcomings as well, And you made mention of his one Super Bowl ring, and truth be told, at some point, when do you start to look at Aaron? Okay, we get it. You pin the front office in the corner to get your contract and stay. Okay, cool. You wanted your NFC Championship game at home. You got that. You wanted your playoff game in the snow at home. You got that. Both times you didn't deliver. And the kicker is, both times you lost to two hot weather teams.
Yeah.
There should be no excuse why. Look, if San Fran was going to beat Green Bay last year, fine, so be it. But Jesus, they didn't even score. Like, that offense was just like flat. Like, I know it was a close game. It came down to a walk-off field goal, but you couldn't even put up a touchdown. Like, come on now, So I don't know. In your opinion, when do you start to look at Aaron?
When to start looking at Aaron?
Oh, you missed it. Oh, were you listening?
I was.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
You can look at Aaron. You can always look at Aaron at the end of the day because he's considered the guy. Nobody has had more experience in that team than he has. Nobody's been through any situation and every situation possible, but he has. But there is a level of accountability that needs to be playing the other player because at the end of the day, Aaron can't throw and catch the ball. Aaron can't play defense. Aaron can't do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, they lost to better teams. They lost to the team that went to the NFC title game last year. They lost to the Super Bowl champions the year before, and then they lost to, I believe, the runner-up the year before that. And they're losing to the better teams.
Yeah. What about you, Will?
No, I agree 100% with JJ said. They lost to better teams.
Yep. I mean, and that does happen. It's just as a part of sports media, whenever you're deemed that guy, you're supposed to make that play or win
The
that
spotlight's always on you.
on you.
Always
Exactly.
on you.
And that's why it's always going to get brought up. But
go
ahead.
If you're going to enjoy the glory, you're going to enjoy the praise of being the highest touchdown interception ratio discrepancy because you're in touchdowns, interceptions, and all these accolades. You got to live with the fact that you're playing for stuff all the time. You're just going to have to live with it. I mean, to be honest with you, if you feel like this criticism is too much, then man, what are you? Them praises ain't that great, because if to be a 4-time MVP, 1-time Super Bowl champ, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, countless records, countless everything. At the end of the day, you got to realize that you got to come to peace with what people may say about you. If you're trying to be great, just block it out and just continue to try to be better.
Yeah. No, I mean, and well, he should know, something about that, because it happens with LeBron, it happened with Kobe, it happened with anybody who was deemed great. Not everyone's gonna like him, and they'll nitpick.
I like the approach of Jimmy Butler when I was watching the series with the Heat and not the Heat, with the Sixers and Jimmy Butler and the Heat this year. And Jimmy said that he just wants to win at the end of the day because he doesn't care what people think about his game, because he's played so long, he's done everything. I think that's what people like Aaron Rodgers should really get to, and it'd be great for them. Like, you've done all that you can. You've done everything that some people have never even sniffed. Some of the greatest players of this time, some of these players have had 4 chances at getting something that you got. Some play, at the end of the day, you got to just come to peace with it.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. Well, our final topic, our non-sports topic, and we talked about this. So I put up a Facebook post earlier. Those of you who are with me on Facebook, go check it out. I know JJ's ready to go in on this one. I introduced Will to it before the show. But our non-sports topic, to those of you out there who eat mozzarella sticks, do you dip them in marinara sauce or ranch sauce?
I want to hear you guys first.
I'm going to take the lead on this one, okay?
Actually, you know what? Here you go.
Favorite appetizer in the mother freaking world is mozzarella sticks. And I have never in my entire life ever heard people put ranch as their dipping sauce for mozzarella.
Oh my God.
That does not even sound correct, okay? First of all, ranch is nasty in its own right. Yes, I've had it on my salad. I've had it on some mother freaking fries. I've had it everywhere. So if we're going to do something, we're not going to touch the ranch. Second of all, mozzarella sticks, melted cheese needs marinara sauce, okay? What is wrong with you people? Jay always wants to be disrespectful about this stuff. When I saw this today, I was like, you know what? It's not my fault that you're going to ruin a perfectly good appetizer for some ranch. We ain't do that when I was in the South when I ordered my food, and I'm going to bring that tradition when I move down there.
I mean, well, okay, so I put I'm sorry, Will, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So I'm probably going to get heavily criticized. I'm not a huge mozzarella stick fan, honestly. I think they're okay. But JJ is 100%. Yeah, JJ. I'm sorry. I'm a loaded potato skin. I'm a potato skin guy. That's my appetizer.
Oh, okay.
But no, mozzarella sticks they're good in their own right. But JJ's 100% right. Whenever I think of mozzarella sticks, it's marinara sauce. That cheesy goodness in that tomato sauce equals goodness. Ranch? Come on. No, like literally, whenever I see people order mozzarella sticks, I never hear, can I have ranch? Because trust me, if I was a bigger fan of mozzarella sticks than I am, I'd look at them and be like, Are you okay? You need to be checked out, my good sir. Or ma'am. But no, JJ's 100% right. It's marinara.
I think
It's that cheesy goodness
I think
plus a
pisses off.
sauce. It balances each other out.
So to your point, Will, yeah, me and Jay have these moments where we text about certain things and stuff like that. And there's sometimes when JB texts me about stuff or tagging me and stuff that I'd just be like, you know what? I say you really are my guy, but
Jay, I want to hear your take. That's my take.
I've had him with both. I prefer marinara. I know. I know. I'm gonna get hung for this, but yes, I prefer them with marinara. Now one time because it was probably about 2 years ago, but I posted the same thing on my old Facebook page, and someone actually came on there and said that they dipped them in marinara and ranch sauce mixed, and I was like, okay, now that's too far.
That is too far.
That's too far.
nothing
Ugh.
should have ranch.
What's wrong with ranch? Just in general.
It does not taste good.
I like it on salads.
I don't like my salad with ranch. I don't like my mozzarella sticks with ranch. I don't like my wings with ranch. I don't even dip pizza in ranch. It is anything but good.
You know how Jay, you know how they have the shirts that say I put ketchup on ketchup? We need a shirt for Joseph that says I don't put ranch on crap.
Ranch. Yeah.
I don't put ranch on.
So hold on. So with the wings, you prefer blue cheese?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm either blue cheese or ranch.
Hold on. One second. I'm gonna tell all y'all out there, anyone watching this, because y'all gonna stop disrespecting the blue cheese. You heard me?
Thank you.
Blue cheese should be its own narcotic. You understand me? Blue cheese is probably the 8th greatest thing walking planet Earth.
Yes.
And I feel bad even ranking it 8th. You know what I mean?
When you get blue cheese on
what's number one? Sliced bread.
And you put the blue cheese. I put my blue cheese in the refrigerator for like a couple 10 minutes because when it's cold and you dip in that
cold blue cheese
in that blue cheese, I start to my whole wing and I go to town on that.
I agree.
And that blue cheese, let me guess, that blue cheese is damn near ice cold.
It's everything.
Yes, it is.
There are so many nights I have eaten at the blue cheese. I just be like, man, that was good. Yes.
Blue cheese. I mean, but just in general. Now, let me ask you a question, JJ, and you, Will. Will, do you even like blue cheese?
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, have y'all eaten the because we all have the dip, the sauce. Do y'all eat it dry also?
I don't eat the crumbles because they're strong. I like this cheese my mom buys. It's a blue cheese, but it's not a super strong blue cheese. I think it's like called blue cheese, like Gorgonzola or whatever. It's like a lighter blue cheese that's not as strong tasting. But yeah, I eat that cheese whenever I'm in the mood.
Okay, go ahead, JJ.
Talking about the cheese inside the lumps of the blue cheese.
It's like a blue cheese. I'll send you guys. I'll send you guys a picture of it later.
You can actually crumble it in salad. Yeah.
I don't like the crumbles. They're just so strong.
Blue cheese. Oh yes, blue cheese. Everything. It's blue cheese. Everything. I love me some blue cheese, man.
Are you guys? And I'm not a huge fan of these. Are you guys? I was never really into cheese sticks or what's it called? Baby Bell.
What?
I know, right? Just for some reason.
I am appetizer wise. I am a mozzarella stick and I am a crab dip, artichoke dip guy.
Yeah, I am too. But like I said, my go-to appetizers, if I have to give you two, I know we're almost running out of time, is loaded potato skins with bacon and chives on it, and and the artichoke dip. I also like fried pickles on occasion.
Interesting. Okay.
Fried cucumbers and vinegar.
That sounds amazing.
That's fried cucumbers and brine. But we are out of time. Everyone, I want to thank everyone for joining us for the Gauntlet. Shout out to DJ Willie V for coming on the show.
Of course.
Hey,
Just like at the bottom, what it says is, please go to
hit that like.
the stream and hit
that
that like button if you're new. And donations, cash app us at Gauntlet Sports Media. Anything and everything is greatly appreciated. Also, you can catch us on Facebook Live, Twitter, and YouTube. Sideline Sports. So for DJ Willie V, Dom, shout out to JT Shiesty, and JJ Ravens aficionado. I'm Captain Denzel Snipes. We will see you in 7. Peace!